May 2nd against who?
Well, that's exactly what we're going to sit down and talk about. It's very interesting because there's the Triple G fight. There's obviously other fights at 154. I have to get a feel of what Canelo wants to do, what his body tells him to, making the weight. He made 154 and a half, I believe it was. So the question is he going to stay at 154? Is he going to stay at 160? Those are the things we're going to talk about.
Well, Oscar, can I just ask you, you've said in the whole promotion you want the best to fight the best, and clearly this fight was almost sold as the winner fights him, and now all of a sudden, we'll see if he fights him next. I mean, the fans are all talking about wanting to see that GGG fight. How do you rationalize putting on another fight as opposed to the fight that the fans are
I'm not saying he's going to fight somebody else. I'm not announcing anything. I'm going to let him rest. We're going to talk about it. Is he going to fight Triple G? Absolutely, of course. It's not a question. Canelo is willing to fight anybody. The very best.
Yes.
Congratulations, Canelo. This fight was contested at a catch weight of 155, but that was with Cotto. What do you think is your best weight going forward after having him in training camp?
Me siento muy bien, me siento fuerte en mi peso, me siento fuerte, lo marco bien, entonces yo creo que los resultados se dan en las peleas, ¿no? Y me siento cómodo en este peso.
I feel really good. I feel really strong at this weight. I can make the weight easily, and the results are there. This is my weight class, and I made weight very well.
Canelo, buenas noches. Antes que nada, felicidades por tu pelea y el segundo título en los 160 ahora. Terminando tu pelea, te preguntaban acerca de Gennady Golovkin y me gustó tu actitud. Dijiste, antes no podía hablar de esto, pero ahora sí puedo hacerlo. Me encantaría que reiteraras lo que dijiste arriba. Viene una nueva era del Canelo y Golovkin no te preocupa.
Así es. Antes de la pelea me preguntaban mucho. Yo respeto mucho a los peleadores que tengo enfrente. Respeto mucho lo que viene, ¿no? El rival que viene, la pelea que viene, por respeto a todos. Pero ahora pueden preguntarme y les puedo contestar, ¿no? Como lo contesté, Golovkin es un gran peleador, es un gran amigo mío, lo conozco, pero estoy dispuesto a pelear con quien sea. Yo no le tengo miedo a nadie, y como lo dije ahí, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a subir, me pongo los guantes y me aviento otros 12 rounds.
The question was, you were asked a question about Gennady Golovkin after the fight. Can you repeat what you said and what you felt? And Saul said yes. A lot of people before this fight happened were asking me about Golovkin, and I didn't want to answer because I had respect for the person I was going to fight tonight. But now they can ask me, and I know Golovkin very well. He's a friend of mine, and like I said before, and I'll say it again, I have respect for him, but I'm not afraid of anybody. I'll fight anybody, anytime. I'm not afraid of anybody, and if you guys don't believe me, I'll get back in the ring, put the gloves on, and I'll go another 12 rounds.
Hey, yo, there's a few things I want to clear up first before we get into this shit. You know what I'm saying? Number one, we're not dissing Amir Khan for taking this fight. I mean, think about what a win over Canelo Alvarez would do for this motherfucker's career. You know what I'm saying? We got a guy who hasn't been seen as an elite fighter since he was a 140-pounder. Within that same division, he gets knocked out by Danny Garcia and instantly becomes the laughingstock of boxing. He then goes up to 147, has 3 fights, 2 of them lackluster. He then entertains fights with Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, the latter in which he tries every antic in the book to gain the attention of the media and the fans, to persuade us that he is a formidable opponent for Floyd Mayweather, and we just laughed. We didn't believe a word this motherfucker said. We didn't take him seriously. Take that same guy, okay, he's gonna move from 147, skip the 154-pound division straight into the middleweight division and possibly become the WBC middleweight champion of the world. Imagine that. This motherfucker's stock would increase twofold. And then on top of that, he's going to make a lot of money in doing it. So we can't knock Amir Khan for taking this fight, right? Number 2, it's not about the matchup. It's not about how Canelo matches up with Amir Khan and vice versa. No. It's about the choice. You know what I'm saying? It's about who Golden Boy chose to be a legitimate middleweight title defense for Canelo, instead of choosing a guy that has been the fucking mandatory for the same belt that Canelo is currently holding ever since the previous owner had it, right? Gennady Golovkin has been waiting for over a fucking year to get his opportunity to fight for the WBC crown, the most prestigious of the 4 major sanctioning bodies, right? And then on top of that, what puts the icing on the cake is the fact that he's been desperately looking for a fucking fight, alright? When he shouldn't be, because the fight should have been fucking mandated between Canelo and Golovkin, right? Why is the WBC sanctioning a bout, right, with Canelo and a guy who hasn't even fought in the division under Canelo's, right? Who still hasn't proven himself in the division that's 2 divisions under Canelo, right? And who hasn't been seen as a serious contender since he was 3 divisions under Canelo. Why are we choosing him instead of a guy who rightfully earned his spot, his place, his opportunity to fight for Canelo's belt? That's our fucking problem. Now, we know a lot of motherfuckers not gonna like this video. But as I said before, and I'll say it again, here on the Gods of Boxing Talk, we don't give a fuck who it is. It could be our favorite fighter. If you giving us ammunition to shoot shots at you, best believe you will get it. Word up. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy 2K the God, my man Sess. Welcome to the Gods of Boxing Talk. Now I got 2 guests back. My man Bo, he's always on this motherfucker, Triple OG, all the way from Illinois. And then I got my man Tim from Florida. He's only 19 years old, people, but check this shit out though. This motherfucker right here, he got more boxing knowledge than a lot of you motherfuckers out there. I hear a lot of cats out there talking about 19 years old, 20, this nigga too little, he don't know shit. This motherfucker will beat the brakes off of anybody on some boxing shit, real talk. That's my man's right there. So, what we gonna talk about today is the very popular topic of conversation within the boxing communities, and that's fucking Golden Boy, the WBC, and Canelo picking Amir Khan as a fucking legitimate middleweight title defense, B. Now, the one thing I want to go into is Canelo's resume. I mean, this video has been long overdue. I've been wanting to get in that ass for a very long ass time, man. And I've been waiting for the right time, and this is the right fucking time, alright? Canelo's resume has been very questionable for I don't know how fucking long. You know what I'm saying? For a very long time. I mean, let's even look at the guys that he fought that are actually good names. I mean, he arguably lost to Austin Trout. He arguably lost to Erislandy Lara. He got his ass whooped by Floyd Mayweather, and they tried to rob Floyd. So much so that the goddamn judge, CJ Ross, she said, fuck it, I quit. Too much scrutiny. You know what I'm saying? She quit, dog, because she tried to rob the nigga. Everybody knew Floyd won that fight easily, right? He fucking fought James Kirkland, coming off a 2-year layoff, promotional problems and money problems, and he didn't have Ann Wolf as a trainer. And he was fucking entertaining a fight with Joshua Clottey if it wasn't James Kirkland, right? All at the same time, he was the mandatory for Demetrius Andre's WBO title, right? But he picks one of these 2 guys, right? And he fights Miguel Cotto in a fight that a lot of people felt that he lost or it was very close, right? Now, I thought that he won, but clearly Miguel Cotto was not the Miguel Cotto of the past, right? That is one fight that I will give him credit for. But the other ones, like Shane Mosley, you know what I'm saying? He had already been fucking exposed by Manny Pacquiao and Floyd. Manny Pacquiao exposed him as a quitter. You know what I'm saying? He completely tanked the Manny Pacquiao fight, right? And then Kermit Cintron, Paul Williams, and fucking Carlos Molina, they already exposed him by the time Canelo got to him. But that's just the start. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about motherfuckers that he brought up in weight. Now, my man Tim and my other man Emmanuel, shout out to my man Emmanuel, they told me, you know what I'm saying, that Jose Miguel Cotto was brought up in weight, right? But I wasn't even gonna mention this motherfucker. All right, we're gonna start with Canelo's very first time winning a major title, and that's against Matthew Hatton, right? Matthew Hatton, November 2011, right? Weighed in around 150 marks numerous times in his career, but the problem with that is this motherfucker fought limited opposition when he weighed around the 150-pound limit. He never fought anybody of note at the junior middleweight division, right? Okay. Secondly, all his title fights or paper title fights, minor title fights, have been for the 147-pound division. He had one fight back in 2004. Bo, you already know. Back in 2004 for the BBB of C paper title against a guy named Rob Burton. Rob Burton was what? 10-7. That was the only fight where he fought for a fucking title in the junior middleweight weight limit, right? But then he goes and fights Canelo at a fucking 150-pound catch weight. Okay? And this was a legitimate fight for the WBC vacant WBC 154-pound title. Let's go to the next motherfucker. Alfonso Gomez, September 2011. All right, started pretty much at 147. He went to the Contender Series. He fought pretty much at middleweight in the Contender Series. Got his ass beat all around, all up across the motherfucking show, straight up and down. All right, left the Contender Series, fought in the junior middleweight division. Figured out that it was too much weight. Went back down to 147, right, for a couple of fights, right. Wins the WBC Continental Americas 147-pound title. What the fuck is Continental Americas? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is that? Wins that against an old-ass Jose Luis Castillo, right? Then beats bum-ass Calvin Johnson right after that at 147. Now, for you motherfuckers that don't know who Calvin Johnson is, I'll say this. He got knocked out by the hard-hitting, powerful Sergio Mora. Alright, we'll leave it at that. He beats Calvin Johnson. Canelo and the WBC is like, hey bro, why don't you come on up to 154? It'll be a legitimate WBC junior middleweight title defense to bring you up, a guy who never was really that good, a guy that realized that 154 was not his weight and went back down to 147, brought him up and tried to make it seem like a legitimate WBC junior middleweight title defense. Let's go to the next motherfucker. By the way, Matthew Hatton and Alfonso Gomez already had 4 losses before they even faced Canelo against limited opposition. Let's go to the next motherfucker. Jose Cito Lopez, September 2012. Alright. Got the motherfucking time, or the opportunity of a lifetime by breaking Victor Ortiz's jaw. Now, Victor Ortiz was supposed to be the next guy for Canelo, right? But Jose Cito put a wrench in that plan. But the problem with that is this. Ortiz was too fucking small, right? He was campaigning at welterweight at the time. So Canelo should have never even been looking at him, let alone getting Jose Cito Lopez a career 130, 135, and 140 pounder. His first real test at 147 was against Victor Ortiz. That was his first real test there, right? And then in only 3 months' time, after beating Victor Ortiz, 3 months, people, Canelo said, hey, bro, come on up to 154. I know you just got to 147, right? Does this sound familiar, people? You just got to 147, haven't proven yourself? Hey, come on up to 154, bro. Oh yeah, and by the way, in 3 months, I want you to gain 8 1/4 pounds. The highest you've ever weighed probably in your motherfucking life. You gonna fight me for the WBC junior middleweight title, and it's gonna be legit. Let's go to the next motherfucker, and this is gonna be the last one, and I'm gonna turn it over to my man. Now, I ain't shitting my boy. My boy says know a lot about boxing. Another motherfucker that I would eat up any nigga y'all motherfuckers point at on this boxing shit, right? But even my man didn't know that Canelo had fought Miguel Vasquez, right?
Yeah.
Canelo was Miguel Vasquez's debut fight as a professional, right? They both fought at 140, all right? They then rematched later. Now, they rematched at a time that Miguel Vasquez was making a name for himself, right? He had 2 losses by the time of the rematch. He, of course, lost his debut fight to Canelo. Then he lost to a guy who's getting ready to fight Manny Pacquiao April 9th, and that's Tim Bradley, right? So those was only 2 losses when they got back to the rematch point. This motherfucker was making a name for himself. Canelo was like, hey, dog, hey, come on over here, bro. I know you was at 135 in your last fight, but hey, won't you come on up to 148? You know what I'm saying? And by the way, when you come up to 148, we gonna fight in 23 days. I need you to gain 9 fucking pounds in 23 days. 9 pounds. I'm done, B. The motherfucking, this shit has been going on for the longest. He's always fought smaller dudes. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. Canelo reminds me of a fucking bitch, a female, right? She's a big fat bitch, but she trying to get her ass in some skinny ass jeans. You know what I'm saying? That's what Canelo reminds me of, this weight shit. He's a big motherfucker, 180, right? He's probably 180 walking around, but he's trying to squeeze his big ass frame into 154 pounds. You see what I'm saying, people?
Yep.
That's what the fuck Canelo does. He fights smaller guys on purpose. And this is just another situation where he's doing it and he's trying to put a wool over y'all's heads by saying it's a legit fight. I'm gonna go to my man Bo. What you think about this, son?
Well, man, look here. Blow some of that smoke back at you. Been fucking lighting up my TV over here.
Hell yeah.
First off, as always, man, thank y'all for having me. It's good to be here. Found it good to see my man, Mr. Medina, over there. We got into it one time. We'll talk about it. It was kind of funny. Medina had posted some shit about some Cuban fighters and said, yo, man, I got your fucking boys up there. Leave me alone, you know? But I want to piggyback on something you said about Medina being 19 and no more than a lot of cats. There's a lot of cats that's older than him that don't know shit about boxing.
Word. Yeah. Yep.
Okay? And that's only because him and the other guys, Bernard and all of us on this panel, we take the time out to do our research, study the game, learn the history of it, and that's the reason why you have platforms like this. It's not about who we like, it's not about who we don't like. It's about them facts, man. That shit don't play favorites. Facts don't play fucking favorites.
Nope.
Theories play favorites, opinions play favorites, but facts don't play favorites. Alright? Now, with that being said, look, all this says to me with Canelo and Con is 3 things. There have been 3 people that have been constantly lying to us, and now they can no longer hide it. Person number 1 I'm taking shots at is Bob Arum. Bob Arum said Manny Pacquiao pick his opponents. Pacquiao said, no, Bob, pick him, I'll fight him. Then they said some shit about, HBO feels that Khan ain't a big enough name for a pay-per-view. Well, that was a fucking lie because now he's fighting Canelo.
Yeah. Wow.
Other liar, of course, I'm taking shots at is Oscar De La Hoya.
Yep.
I like him as a fighter, but as a promoter, Oscar De La Hoya has a double standard.
Yep.
He says that there will be no more people making people wait 2 and 3 years for big fights. Well, we're still fucking waiting, Oscar. He says that we're talking about the best versus the best. Well, this is not it, Oscar. I'm sorry. This is not the best versus the best.
Word.
So there's that lie right there. Now, the biggest liars of all of them, the fucking WBC. And I think my man Timothy calls them we be crooks. And that's what the fuck I think it stands for. The WBC. I'm going back to when Sergio Martinez had the title. They said then, look, you got to fight 3G. He said, okay, when 3G beat Curtis Stevens, I'll fight him.
Yep.
Oh, well, and when he fought Chavez, hurt his leg, they said, all right, well, when you come back, motherfucker, you got to fight 3G. No, I'm gonna fight Cotto. They said, okay, look here, the winner of Cotto and Sergio Martinez gotta fight Gennady Golovkin. Cotto wins. What did Cotto say? I'll never forget these words. Right now, a belt is not important to me. My family and my health. That's what comes first. That's exactly what Miguel Cotto said. Okay, fine. Cotto didn't fight him.
Yeah.
Then the WBC said, listen, the winner of Canelo and the winner of Cotto gotta fight fucking 3G. We gotta have a fight.
Yep.
They say that. And Canelo wins, and let's make something clear. The WBC played a big part in Canelo winning, because what did they do? They stripped Cotto of the fucking belt days before the goddamn fight.
Yep.
All right? So it didn't even mean nothing if Cotto, I mean, what incentive did Cotto have to even win after that point? So Canelo wins. When Canelo wins, Mr. I'm born ready, when he fucking wins, the WBC says we're gonna allow these guys to have title defenses, then go back and renegotiate the fight. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. That is what we have been being fed. That's what we've always been fed. And for those that want to talk about Danny Garcia fighting Herrera and Salka, at least they were cherry picking his own fucking division. Those that want to sit there and talk about Danny Garcia, also remember something else, folks. Danny Garcia's biggest cherry picks happened under the Oscar De La Hoya banner, Golden Boy banner. Those fights happened under his fucking banner.
Yeah.
Same thing, apparently, we're seeing right now go on with Canelo Alvarez. All right? Amir Khan, and I'm not going to take nothing away from him, but Amir Khan has not even made a name for himself at 147 pounds.
Nope.
This dude has not even won a title at 147 pounds. He's not even one of the main stars at welterweight.
Yeah.
Now, from a business aspect, I see this. From a business, they hoping to get them UK dollars. But if you're telling me it's about the best versus the best, this is the worst of anything I've ever seen, because you're asking the guy to come up what's supposed to be 2 weight divisions. I like to say 1 weight division and 1 pound, because you're asking this motherfucker to fight at 155.
Right.
Okay. But if that was the case, there was so many people you could have got at 154 pounds. That's not Al Heyman guys. You could have got guys at 154 pounds. You could have got guys like, you could have did like, like Deontay Wilder do, which is he's the heavyweight champion, but he's been fighting guys that's been outside of the top 10. But at least he's fighting guys in that division. You could have found somebody at 160 that wasn't even in the top 10.
Well, that's
you
the
went
thing.
and got Amir Khan? Are you serious?
And that's the thing. Oscar De La Hoya told us, and credit to DBN, he got the motherfucker on camera basically saying that GGG is next, right?
Yes.
Then he said he wanted Canelo to get acclimated at 160 first. How the fuck is fighting a guy who you're pulling for 147 gonna properly get you ready for a fight at 160 with Triple G? That's bullshit.
Right.
Straight up.
That's
Straight
that
up.
bull. And you know what else too? And I thought about this. Here's the real sad part is there are no winners in this fight, because if Khan loses, who's gonna want to see him face Garcia? Who's gonna want to see him face anybody from 147 to 154 after that? Word. Especially if he gets ran. If he gets like ran over, who's gonna want to see it? Who's gonna want to see him fight anybody? And then if Canelo loses, well, for goddamn show, we ain't gonna want to see him fight no fucking 3G.
Nah.
So there's no winners, like big winners to me in this. There are bigger losers than winners to me in this, because even if Canelo wins, social media been blowing the fuck up. There's a lot of people who I know like Canelo that's mad about this. Even if you do beat Amir Khan, what credit you think you're gonna fucking get fighting the guy at 147?
Exactly.
That
What
moved
does
up
that
to
prove?
what did that prove? How do you prepare for 3G fighting fucking Khan? Like, how do you sit there and tell me? That's like, I think it was Spilka who said he used John Molina to help him prepare for Wilder.
Oh,
Are you
Eric
fucking
Molina.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Right, Eric Molina.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, how is this fight supposed to be a prelude to me for you to be fighting Gennady Golovkin? So,
Yep.
look, we all know it's bullshit, and for those who want to say, oh well, look at who 3G fighting. He fighting Wade, who he fighting a bum. Again, first he's supposed to have fought that dude. I think his name is Toriano Johnson, right?
Yep.
Who's his mandatory? He at least tried to fight his fucking mandatory Toriano Johnson.
Yep.
Johnson got hurt, so he gets Wade. But them guys are in the fucking division.
Yep.
This is totally different, guys.
Totally
You can't
different.
compare the two.
Totally
One guy surpassing one guy who wasn't a champion. Passing 154 to fight you at 155 for a 160-pound title. Man, this shit sound like fucking Rubik's Cube and Scrabble.
All right,
man.
All right, Tim, man, what you got, B?
Alright, I just want to say it's a pleasure to be back on here. I've been fiending to get on one of these videos with y'all.
No doubt.
And this is the perfect one, because I've been fiending to tear this ginger a new asshole, you know what I'm saying? So, where do I start? Can I say this is just a complete mismatch?
I mean,
Yeah, hell yeah.
A complete mismatch?
I mean, alright, I just want to get under these, the skin of these Canelo fanboys that was talking all that shit about Miguel Cotto fighting Daniel Gill, right? Saying that was a bullshit matchup. Now, yeah, Cotto did drain Daniel Gill because he looked like he came off the set of The Walking Dead at the weigh-in.
hell yeah.
But Daniel Gill was still a fucking middleweight.
Still a middleweight.
Yeah.
He defended his middleweight strap against a middleweight.
Yup.
Okay? Now, you have Canelo fans defending this dude defending his middleweight strap, or should I say the Canelo weight strap, because he ain't defending it at the full 160 weight limit. He's doing it at 155
Yup.
against a welterweight.
Yup.
Okay, it's not even the best welterweight in the world.
He ain't even proven himself.
He hasn't even proven himself at welterweight. Okay. And we don't know what Khan is gonna look like a few pounds up. You know what I mean? I don't know if the speed translates.
Yeah.
Maybe his chin will be a little more sturdy.
Maybe. That motherfucker.
That's a big maybe.
I'ma say this. That motherfucker better be in training, doing that Mayweather shit with the goddamn weight on his neck, doing this shit right here, B. That's the only way that motherfucker don't get knocked out is for the whole 8 weeks. This motherfucker doing this shit.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
I want to say this. This was a smart pick for Canelo Alvarez to make him look powerful.
Yeah.
And I want to say this because did y'all know that James Kirkland is the only legitimate junior middleweight that Canelo's knocked out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's never knocked out another junior middleweight besides James Kirkland, and it wasn't even the best version of James Kirkland. Okay? If this was a James Kirkland that had been trained by Ann Wolf and he wasn't coming off that long layoff, I guarantee you it would have went the distance.
Word.
Okay? He's been knocking out, you know, the Matthew Hattons, the Josecito Lopez's, the Jose Cottos, small guys.
Yep.
Okay? And Canelo's a big boy. He comes in around what, 175?
170, 175. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
He's supposed to run through these smaller guys.
Yep.
Now, if he doesn't do that against Amir Khan on May 7th, absolute proof that his power is overrated.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that right now. His power is overrated. Not saying that he's overrated as a fighter, because Canelo is a great fighter. I'll give him that. He's got slick head movement. His counter-punching ability is phenomenal. I'm not taking that away from him. But people talk about him like he's a monster with his fists. No, he is not. No, he is not. Okay? And he is supposed to take care of Amir Khan at least by the 6th round. I have to give him that. He has to take care of Amir Khan by the 6th round. If Danny Garcia knocks Khan out, what, in the 4th round?
4 rounds.
4 rounds.
Yep.
He has to get rid of him at least by the 6th. It shouldn't be more than 2 rounds than what Danny Garcia did.
Yep.
Okay? With that no look hook. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. That's that Magic Johnson boxing right there, B.
And then if Canelo does what he's supposed to do, I'm still not giving him much props. Until he steps in the ring with a legitimate middleweight or Gennady Golovkin, I'm not giving him props. He could have stepped in the ring with Gabriel Rosado.
Yeah.
Okay, now Gabriel Rosado's a gatekeeper, but he's a middleweight. He's a tough middleweight. Okay, nobody's been able to knock out Gabriel Rosado in like how many years? Gennady Golovkin couldn't do it. David Lemieux couldn't do it.
But
Canelo's not gonna do it.
check this out though. Gabe Rosado denied the fight with Canelo. So
Really?
a lot of people been like, yeah, he should have picked Gabe Rosado. Well, he didn't really have the choice in picking Gabe Rosado because he denied it. Now, Willie Monroe wanted to fight him. And even though Willie Monroe ain't shit, it's a guy that got knocked out by Sean Porter in the amateurs, and the guy that got cremated by Golovkin. It's still a fucking middleweight. I'm going off of what Oscar said. Oscar said, hey, we're not fighting Golovkin yet because we're going to do a voluntary defense of the title to get him acclimated at 160. That means fight motherfucking Sean Connery for all I give a fuck, right? If he weighed 160...
Triple G's leftovers. He could fight David Lemieux.
Well, you know what? I was just gonna say that.
Yes.
He could have did what Floyd has done when he wanted Oscar, and what 3G was doing, he wanted Sergio. Fight the leftovers.
Yes.
Yeah. He could even fought Daniel Gill. That's still more legitimate than fighting Amir Khan.
He could have fought
in your division.
He could have fought Charles Hatley. Charles Hatley just beat Anthony Mundine, and Charles Hatley's been asking for the fight for fucking years now. Me and Sess are not high on Charles Hatley. Sess knows the nigga personally. You know what I'm saying? We not high on that nigga, but he's still a fucking middleweight.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Two different worlds.
Yes.
Two different worlds.
Yes. Go ahead, Sess. Eat him up, B.
Let me out the cage real quick, man. Damn. Now, first off, man, let me say I appreciate both of y'all, man, for being on the show, and I definitely appreciate my man 2K for putting all this shit together.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Big time. But I'm gonna stay on track, but I'm gonna take a slight detour. You know what I'm saying? We got the same. Everybody has the same shit in common, but I'm just gonna make a left turn real quick because it's a cat that I really want to get at right now. And I really want to call him out on his bullshit. And that's my man, Dan Raphael, Dan Rayfield, however you say his name.
Goodyear Blip.
Pork belly.
I want to get at this cat right now because he releases a lot of bullshit through his Twitter. And he always talks highly of one side, but he seems to always talk negative about the other side, okay? Yep. Now, in regards to this fight, he released a statement on his Twitter, and I'm gonna read it verbatim, okay? It says, stop complaining about middle champ at Canelo versus welter at Amir King Khan. Study history like the real B-Hop versus Oscar De La Hoya, Hagler versus Sugar Ray Leonard. Now, hold on. Let me get him real quick. Okay. First of all, Dan Raphael, Oscar De La Hoya had at least 4 fucking fights at 154 pounds, okay? Before he even jumped in the ring with Bernard Hopkins. He also fought Felix Sturm at the full 160-pound weight limit before he jumped in the ring with Oscar De La Hoya. Amir Khan has never fought past 147 pounds, okay? Sugar Ray Leonard had at least 1 fight early in his career at 154, I believe it was 154 pounds, okay? So what? Maybe you need to study your history, motherfucker, and get your facts straight and stop putting this bullshit out and trying to confuse fans and you know, confuse the viewers and shit like that, because this is what I'm talking about, man. Amir Khan has never fought past 147 pounds. Why should the fans not complain about a legit welterweight? Junior welterweight at that, because the motherfucker fought at 140.
Word.
Stepping in the ring with a middleweight, the middleweight champ, okay? Why should the fans not complain about that fight? Why should they accept that and think that this is just gonna be a knockdown, drag-on barn burner of a fight? It's bullshit. There were other opponents out there that Canelo could have went after. Just like you guys just said, Willie Monroe, I would have took that. Willie Monroe had a good showing of himself against Gennady Golovkin. And he's a legit 160-pound fighter. But you're telling me the best you can do was go down 2 divisions and find a 147-pound fighter that hasn't even really proven himself at 47, and that's the best you can do? At the end of the day, man, guys like Dan Rafael will point fans out because well they'll call fans out and say, hey, all you guys do is watch the big names. That's all you guys do. You guys don't know anything past the big names. But it looks like that's exactly what he's telling you to accept is, hey, everybody shut up, don't say anything. These are 2 well-known fighters fighting each other.
Exactly.
And that's what boxing.
Yes.
And that's what pisses me the fuck off about these guys, man. Where the fuck were his comments when, and I hate to bring him up on this topic, but where were his comments when Ward was asking Golovkin, a guy that said he would come up in weight? Where were his comments then? Why was he not saying, hey, stop complaining. You guys, we just let this fight happen. This fight needs to happen. Where was his comments? But now you want to sit here and tell us to stop complaining about a fucking welterweight fight in the middleweight? Get the fuck out of here, Dan Rafael. Yep. I'm tired of these cats, man. This shit pisses me off. Yep. Okay, this fight should not be happening. What's gonna happen May 7th, Cinco de Mayo weekend, is Amir Khan will get in the ring. He will get knocked the fuck out. He has no chance whatsoever. And let me just give you guys a quick breakdown real quick. Bo, I know you waiting. Hold on real quick. When Amir Khan goes up to 155 pounds, he will not be as fast, okay? Nope. His speed will not translate, okay? The footwork that a lot of people used to give him credit for, I never thought he had footwork. He has horrible footwork. His footwork will be shit when he moves up to 155 pounds. Another point I would like to make, Canelo seen the best in fucking hand speed and footwork when he fought Floyd Mayweather. There is nothing that Khan can do to surprise Canelo because he's been in there with the creme de la creme, the best of the fucking best Floyd Mayweather, regardless of whatever weight it was at. You know what I mean? So there's nothing that Khan brings to the table that's going to surprise Canelo. The best that they can do and the best we can hope for is that Canelo at least makes it a fight because he's going to be in there with such a small guy. He's going to have to make it entertaining. He may even let Khan get off some shots because he knows that Khan can't hurt him because physically he's just going to be so much bigger than Khan. Yeah. So, like I said, when I read bullshit that says stop complaining, and when I hear these dumbass fans actually sign off on this bullshit and say, oh man, this is gonna be a great fight, it just makes me shake my head, man. Because this is bullshit. You wanna talk shit about Al Heyman putting on, bum fights or whatever, but the shit is free. Just like my man Bo say, the shit is free, man. At the end of the day, we don't gotta pay for it. Okay, there's no way as fans we should be paying to see a middleweight fight a fucking welterweight. Get out of here, man. It just kills me.
Dan Rafael put out a tweet this morning, and I looked this up just for Seth. He goes, I am told Heyman had nothing to do with Canelo and Khan deal. Deal done with Khan and his father. Khan later released a tweet.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
Straight from the horse's mouth. Khan says, I'm so glad of the response I've been getting. This could not have happened without my team and Al Heyman.
Thanks, Al Heyman.
So what the fuck are you talking about?
Exactly. That tells you right there, people, that Dan Rafael, he fucking reports propaganda. He reports bullshit because he has a motherfucking agenda. All right? He understands that ESPN is is the most respected source of sports information out there, right? Yes. So he knows he can hit the majority of the casual fans with his propaganda. Therefore, that's his fucking agenda, is to steer the casual fans away from the guys who are the face of the sport, like a Mayweather, right now, like a fucking Andre Ward, possibly. You know what I'm saying? Like a fucking Guillermo Rigondeaux, possibly. You know what I'm saying? Great fighters. He's steering the fucking attention away from those guys, and he's not reporting the right type of shit. Go ahead, boss.
You know what, 2K? I absolutely agree. What he's also doing is steering real fans away from, casual fans away from doing their research when he puts out shit like that. Yeah. And it reminds me of a commercial. It was an online dating commercial. I think a couple years ago, and this lady set up a date with a guy, and she had a friend asking, well, do you believe it? And she said, well, it was on the internet. The internet doesn't lie. You know, that's Dan Raphael's, that's his whole, that's what he does. When he puts this shit out, all he does is expect you to read it because of his credentials and some of his accolades and his position at ESPN. He expects you to read it and just receive it. Don't do your research because I said it. You know, so, and I got ESPN behind me. So it just really, really pisses me off, man. For all the fans out there, do your fucking research.
Do your fucking
Well, for
research.
those who were mad at Andre Ward, and this is what I wish there was one particular cat that you had on here. You ain't on here because I would eat his ass up. He was upset that Andre Ward, who was gonna make his debut at 175, was bringing the guy up from 168 to fight him at 175. And his exact words was, "Why don't Ward find somebody in the 175-pound division?" Okay, now you telling me you're all for this?
He's okay with this. Yeah.
You're okay, like this is fine? You know? The hypocrisy, listen, we say all the time, criticism has got to be fair. 2K will tell you, I gets down for my boy Rigo. That's my dude. But when he shit his pants, I had to write that fucking article. I had to post that shit. But it is what it is. Yo, you had your first time on pay-per-view, you had a chance to bring in a lot of people and you shit it. Sorry, you did it. Criticism has got to be fair. Otherwise, if it's a personal agenda, just tell me it's a personal agenda.
Exactly.
But this shit right here, look, when I first heard about it, the first thing I thought to myself, is he fighting the same Amir Khan that struggled against Chris Algieri that Manny Pacquiao knocked down 6 fucking times? Is this the Amir Khan he's fighting? He's fighting the Amir Khan, and I'm not surprised that this is the route that Oscar went because there's a trend going on. When David Lemieux won a Ghost title, and I say Ghost because I didn't even know this motherfucker had a belt when he was fighting Gennady Golovkin. But apparently, I guess he fought for James Taylor, not Jermaine Taylor's vacant belt. So David Lemieux fought for a title, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, when Andre Ward said Andre Ward is back and ready, so if Triple G wants it, he can get it. All of a sudden, we had a title fight between Lemieux and 3G. I didn't know these two motherfuckers was talking, and it's like the same thing just happened right here. Like out of the blue, boom. Hey guys, I got Canelo Alvarez and Amir Khan. Now shout outs to Amir Khan for learning to shut your fucking mouth during negotiations and let shit go down. Big props to him for that. Big props for him finally getting the big fight that he wanted. I give him props for that and for taking this fight. But as far as people saying, why y'all jumping on Oscar? Look, when you say stuff, you have to stick to what you say. You can't tell us Gennady Golovkin is next. We believe in doing the best versus the best. I have not seen the best versus the best from Oscar and them since this whole war was over. Okay, because even Canelo and Cotto was supposed to happen in 2014, and it didn't happen then. We waited to 2015 for that fight.
I mean, you can't. It's not even that. You can't just tell us. You can't fuck off the GGG fight and promise us that you'll give us the Triple G fight later, after Canelo gets acclimated at 160, and then give us Amir Khan. You can't do that.
Exactly.
Tim, is there anything you want to say, Tim?
The WBC is going to allow bullshit like that as long as Canelo keeps paying his sanctioning fees, okay?
Right. Oh, yeah.
They do not care about him getting in the ring with the mandatory. They're going to say that because they're trying to clean up the sport and do what's right for boxing. It's all a fucking paycheck, okay?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But that's the reason why all of these sanctioning bodies got all these belts: the silver, the intercontinental, the organizational, the closet manager, whatever the fuck.
All right. Let's go ahead and wrap it up with Sess, man. Go ahead and give me your last thought, B.
Nah, man, I was gonna touch on what Tim just said. I was gonna say, furthermore, the right guy has the right guy with the right face has the WBC title.
Absolutely.
There's no way.
And the right backing too.
Exactly. No. Thanks for adding that in. The right guy has this title. He has the look. He's got somewhat of the skill set, but most of all, he brings fans to shows. And there's no way that they want to rush anything or make him feel any type of way, you know, to where he'll have any type of hostility toward the WBC. Because at the end of the day, he's representing that sanctioning body, their strap, and that's where the money's gonna come in.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot of bullshit, man.
That's what's up. I agree. All right, fam, we're gonna wrap it up right here. I want to get this in before we close the show. I did a poll on Google Plus, just for kicks. You know what I'm saying? I basically said to the people out there, what fighter would you have rather have seen Canelo in the ring with, defending his WBC middleweight crown at 160 on May 7th? Amir Khan or Gennady Golovkin? Overwhelmingly, 90%. I think it was like 94% said Gennady Golovkin. This is over 250 votes. 94% to only 6% said Amir Khan. Now, I asked the motherfuckers that said Amir Khan, like, hey, go ahead and explain yourself. They didn't want to say nothing. Case in point.
From the UK, that's probably what it is.
Hell yeah.
No kidding.
Hell yeah. All right, YouTube. This is gonna conclude this segment. Do what you do in the comment section. Will be real. This is real talk for real fans. Before we end it, my bad. I wanna sorry about that, fam. I wanna thank my guest, Tim Medina from Florida. I wanna thank my man Triple OG from Illinois. We're gonna bring him back on here. All right, now do what you do. 1.